This excerpt from the public television program, The Piano Guy, has been brought to you by the Roland Corporation. All right. Hey, this is going to be a fun tune to work through. It's called Never Can Say Goodbye. I'm sure it's an old pop favorite, and it's kind of a big hit. The Jackson 5 did it, I believe, originally, but it's been recorded multiple times after that. It's a nice, kind of modern-sounding song that I want to really teach you the very basics on. We're not going to focus on how it was recorded. We're going to focus on just what the melody and the chord changes are of this tune. So let's dig right in and knock this one out. Now, to begin with, the melody line is something to be played like it's sung, not necessarily like it's notated. So please don't get hung up trying to read the notation real well. A lot of these more modern tunes, or in this case kind of an R&B tune, the singers were floating all around, so it's almost impossible to notate it note for note. And if you tried to play it that way, you'd sound very stilted and kind of stuffy. So instead, just think about playing it loosely like the way you hear it sang. So, never can say goodbye, or however you want to do. Every time, and I'll probably play it a little differently every time I play it. So, work your way through the tune that way and just get used to playing it. Oops, excuse me. And same type thing. And then where it does the never can say goodbye, girl, it's on and on and on. Again, it's just however, you can imagine, singers singing this and kind of emoting using it. So you just need to kind of play along with however you would sing it, all right? Now, let's move to the chord change in this tune. They start out on a G major 7. Pretty normal chords. There's nothing that's going to trip us up at all. These chords can be found in anywhere you'd find any chord diagrams. Like we always suggest, if you don't know these chords yet, don't panic. Just go look them up in a chord finder somewhere. Either a little electronic chord finder or a chord book that has these diagrams. Just go look the chords up. You'll need to memorize 3 or 4 of them to get through a tune, but no big deal. Those of you that have been with me for a while, you probably know a bunch of these already. There might be 1 or 2 new ones, so if so, find those out, and we'll just keep, making your snowball get bigger and bigger and bigger, and every tune you get to gets simpler and simpler. So I'll start out G major 7. Now that's an A7 sus is what that is. That's one that you might not know. There's an A7 chord. To make it suspended, you take that middle finger and go up a half step. You take the third and go up a half step. They call it a sus 4. Okay, so that's it. Now we get into the kind of chorus of the tune, I guess. So it's a D major 7 to an A minor 7, D major 7 back to an A minor 7. It happens one more time, and then you finally have this one thing. It's about the only tough thing chord-wise in the whole tune is this first ending where it goes, it's tell me why. And all it does is go from a major 7 to an F sharp minor 7 to an E minor 7, then back up to that A sus. The only reason it's kind of tough is they come down kind of quickly. There's 2 or 3 in a row, so like that, and then it moves on. So now the trick is going to be putting your hands together and figuring out where it goes. And the beauty of a song like this that you've probably heard a million times in the past is that your ear can already tell you when to change. You may think it can't, but I bet you it can. And this is part of the reason I like going through tunes in this very basic format, because I want to convince you to trust your ear and let your ear tell you when you should switch from one chord to the next, all right? And just use the lead sheet as a guide. So you're going to start putting things together. Let me just start where da-da-da. Now you can just hear that the chord should change there, And there's not a big choice. It just keeps switching between those 2 chords. Now here's this. And that's real identifiable. Your ear could hear where that was coming. Let me go on to the second ending here. Let me shift through. Never. sorry, the D minor, E, E flat. So there, you know, that's kind of the cool thing about this, is to just go through, hear these changes where they need to appear, and you know, when they need to change. You can confirm what your ear is telling you by reading the lead sheet if you need to, but really try to trust yourself that when you learn a tune without all the fluff and without all the ornamentation, it really gives you the basics that you need to really wrap things up and be able to, you know, put some icing on it in the future. So have fun playing Never Can Say Goodbye. This excerpt from the public television program, The Piano Guy, has been brought to you by the Roland Corporation, international manufacturer of the finest keyboards, organs, and digital pianos. To find out more, log on to RolandUS.com.